going on, people? It's the Xbot 448, and today's video, guys, I gotta tell you, I am completely excited, and it's actually news from Nintendo. If you remember last year, Nintendo came out with the NES Classic Edition, or a lot of people called it the Nintendo Mini. It was a smaller version of the original Nintendo Entertainment System. They only made so many of them, and it was in high demand last year. A lot of people were trying to get their hands on it. A lot of people couldn't. You know, of course, there were people selling it on eBay for like $1,000, stuff like that. It was crazy what was going on for the original Nintendo Entertainment System, but in a smaller form. In a hand, you could fit the NES, the NES Mini in the palm of your hand, and a lot of people wanted it. Well, today, guys, I am going to let you know that Nintendo has officially announced the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. And guys, I want to let you know I am thoroughly excited for this. I am not into a lot of like retro gaming and stuff like that, but the Super Nintendo holds a special place in my heart. There are a lot of games that I played on my Super Nintendo that I absolutely loved, and I feel like the graphic style will even hold up today, because, you know, it was cartoony. They weren't really going into the 3D at that point in time, and there were a lot of games that were really enjoyable, and like visually as well as gameplay wise. And I am excited that they are coming out with this. But not only that, what you're seeing right here is basically the American version. They also have come out with a European version, which is right here. If you notice, the European version is more of that remodeled Super Nintendo look, whereas I actually like the USA version. The USA version is the one, to me, that, you know, it looks like the one that I had. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, these little systems, they fit in the palm of your hand. They plug into your TV. They will fit your TV, your HD TV screen size. A couple things to let you know. First of all, the price point. All right, the price point. It is $80 for this system, which I believe is $20 more than the NES system. Now, you might think to yourself, $20 more, it might not be worth it. But here's the deal. Some of the mistakes that they made, or at least one of the big mistakes, in my opinion, that they made with the original NES Classic was they only gave one controller. So with the SNES Classic, they are giving you two controllers. And then not only that, but one of the games that they're kind of like promoting with the SNES Classic is Star Fox 2, which is previously unreleased. Now, when I saw this, if you're like me and you see this information, you're like, well, what games are they coming out with, you know, for this little system? And for people who don't know, the NES came out with a certain fixed number of games, and you know, people were able to crack it, you know, hack it, and put more games into it. But for the most part, the games that you get on the system is basically what you get. There are no updates. There are no way to buy games digitally with these little things. So it's a very important question. What games are coming out? And I am here to show you the list of games. And here they are. Let's get into this list. I see a lot of great titles here that I remember from, you know, owning my Super Nintendo. You have Contra 3, The Alien Wars, Donkey Kong Country, which is an absolute classic, Earthbound, which a lot of people are excited about, Final Fantasy 3, F-Zero, which is freaking awesome, Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Dream Course. Here's one that I am so excited for, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Guys, you can keep your Ocarina of Time, whatever Zelda you think is your absolute favorite. Mine was A Link to the Past, and I am thoroughly excited that they are going to have this in the Super Nintendo Mini. Mega Man X, you know, big following when it comes to Mega Man. Secret of Mana, Star Fox, right? Star Fox 2, which, like I said, was previously unreleased. Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting. Awesome to go back to that Street Fighter. Super Castlevania We have Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario Kart. There's a lot of supers. Super Mario Kart, Super Mario RPG, Super Mario World. Now I knew they had to have Super Mario World in there. I mean, to me that was basically a given right there. Now, one of the big things for people who know me, who follow my channel, whenever I talk about Nintendo, somehow, some way, I talk about Super Metroid, because to me that is my favorite game all time. I don't know how many hours I put into that game. I don't know how many times I beat it. Every single time I went through that game, it was just as enjoyable as the first time. And they have Super Metroid on the SNES Classic. Not only that, Super Punch-Out and Yoshi's Island. So there you go. 21 games that are coming with this mini system for $80. 2 controllers. Guys, this is gonna be freaking awesome. And like I said, I'm not really into retro games, but I am hyped for this. They gave me some titles that I would love to go back and play. And like I said, this came from an era where, even to today's standards, because I know a lot of games today deal with the 3D and all that, you know, all those good effects and stuff. This was before all that, basically. And this was, I think these graphics and stuff still hold up to this day. I feel like it'll still be enjoyable. I know this is a day one purchase for me. I'm just hoping that they actually produce more of these. But why would they? I mean, it caused such a stir, you know, last year with the regular NES Classic, that why would they make more of the SNES Classic? Either way, I'm going to try to convince Snaps that we need to get this. I already started on Twitter with the "we need to get this," and of course she came at me with "we need Alexis." So it's kind of crazy, but I am definitely excited for this. It is one of the few things that are kind of like retro that I kind of go for, and I'm hoping I could get my hands on it. I believe pre-orders have started today, but I won't do anything like that until I talk to my better half and she either agrees or disagrees or whatnot. But for Nintendo fans, for SNES fans, for people, you know, who are around during that era, this is absolutely awesome news. And then even for the younger gamer generation, like, I'm looking at this like I can't wait to play you know, Super Metroid with the 9-year-old twins, any one of those, Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island. There's so many games that I can play with them now as well, that this would be a really good system to have in the home. So hopefully I could get my hands on it. Hopefully Snaps agrees, and then hopefully if you guys ask for it, I'll be able to stream, because it has the HDMI port and I have an Elgato. So hopefully I'll be able to stream these games, let you know what they look like when you go in and play on the mini system. Like I said, it'll fit your TV now, which is one of the big things in retro gaming that I don't like, is those black bars on the side, you know, because it was made to fit the standard definition television and stuff. So, you know, with that upgrade, that in and of itself, and just the colorfulness of these games and just the way that they look, I am thoroughly excited about this. But as usual, guys, hit up that comment section. Let me know what you think about the SNES Mini. Let me know if you're hyped. Let me know if you're pre-ordering now, or let me know if you're just going to let it pass and go, you know, further into the future and not really think about that. You're done with the retro gaming and stuff like that. So hit up the comment section and definitely let me know. You know, as usual, if you like the topics, you like the gameplay, you know, definitely hit that thumbs up button for me, because it helps out this channel incredibly. And if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe. I have a bunch of content on this channel. I do live streams. We have a podcast that's on every Saturday, 7 p.m. called The Next Podcast. I do gaming news. There's just a bunch of stuff, you know, to get into on this channel. So definitely hit that subscribe button. But as for now, this is the Xbot 448, and I am definitely signing off.